So from there you'll see, in fact, why don't I get you to, I'll stop sharing and I'll let you share screen, and then I can kind of give you, can tell you what to look at. Yeah.
Bear with me, I've got too many windows open.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand.
Let's see, can you see it?
Yes, yes I can.
I've got my project settings up here.
Yes, yes, cool. Okay, so now, let me just maximize this so I can see that hit more easily. Yeah, so it looks like timeline, yep. So you got the timeline thing set. So if you go to, where are we? Graphics, fourth from the top. They've got some, hold on, yeah, which is probably not what I had in mind, but there's certain, okay, shader stripping, okay, that's optimization for graphics. Actually, that wasn't the one I had in mind. Player, scene template, where are we? You can see here that it tells you which rendering you've got. So scriptable render pipeline, so universal RP is the one we're using. Hold on. Actually, yes, hold on. Let me see if there's something I'm trying to show you specifically. It's kind of moved around. I'm thinking of something, but it's from an older version of Unity. Services, no, it will be, where are you? Okay, no, so it'll be different. So with the universal render pipeline, you actually create an asset for the configuration of the graphics, and so that's a different file, or that's a different thing again. So okay, from here, what's worth looking at? Script execution order. Hold on. Actually, things have changed a lot. Ah, yes, okay. Third from the top, there's editor.
Yeah.
So here you can see a few things. So here they've got things like Unity. Okay, there's Unity Remote. So if you want to be able to control a device remotely, like if you want to build for mobile, that's where you might use that. Asset serialization. They got mode force. This, because it used to be a change where you can have force text. So this is where they use YAML. So if you look at the drop down for mode, and they had an older version, binary, but that binary version didn't version control so well. So they default to text, which is good. All right, default behavior mode. So it's 3D here, but you could change it to 2D and 3D. So if you wanted to make a 2D game like Space Invaders, you can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So by playing with some of these settings, you can change from one, the equivalent of a different template. When we were creating our project, they had 2D and 3D. Yeah. So this is how you can change those sort of things. Prefabs we haven't really talked about yet, but you can actually arrange objects together, and you can save it aside as a prefab, which becomes like an object template, which you can then you can drop copies into the scene, and like cookie cutter style. So here they've got a prefab mode, which is very cool. All right, and then under here they've got graphics, show, light map. So there's a few very general graphics settings, and then they talk about sprites and different. There's different modes for handling textures. So this will be different ways to store textures. Textures meaning images. So that's, and then they talk about settings for shaders, compiling shaders and things like that. So most of the defaults will be fine, and it's only if you're really optimizing something for a specific build where you might have to play with some of the stuff. And if I go back to the manual, where would I find that? So sometimes it might be something specific to platform, or maybe under working Unity, editor features. No. Trying to think where there may not be a clean. I can search up here if I say project settings. I'm cheating. I'm trying to find it. Okay, but let's go there. Right. Editor features, right. Project settings. And so this will give you some explanation if you need to do something like tune something about the project specifically. This is where you would find out about that in the manual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can see how I was able to search for it as well. And that's it. Yeah. So the other cool thing is you can, even though this is running locally, like this is a local HTML file, you can still search and it finds things. Cool. All right. Why don't I share screen again?
Stop sharing, yeah.
Yeah. How's that sound so far?
It's good. It's very, not powerful is not the right word, but flexible and well thought out. Yeah. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of stuff. There'll be a lot of properties and classes and objects to get familiar with to build a good game.
Yeah, exactly right. That's right. Yeah, there's a lot you can do for fine tuning. So it's good to sort of cover the basics and play, sort of make things move and get a handle on how to set things up, and then the point is if you need to control the way things build and have a look at some of the deeper magic and how the deeper magic works, like with shaders, because shaders help with special effects and things like that. And particularly if you need to get a build smaller in size, that's where you might be tuning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's some of the settings. But for the most part, you can start without worrying about much of that. The one thing though with the graphics, if you were changing, say you started a project with the built-in renderer and then you thought, no, I really want the URP, the Universal Render Pipeline, you can actually change it here. Well, that's because it's looking for an asset, but you can change it. There's two places actually. One is, this is one, and there's another element where you do it. I forget where it is. You have to do it in two parts. One to choose the type of renderer, and then you choose the configuration of the renderer.